Ward joining us this school year. I know you'll be teaching environmental sciences and coaching football and track here as well. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a tour of the school. We'll kind of start with the administration building, and we'll kind of work from there, work in the classrooms, work in the different wings. Okay?
All right,
Sound good? All right. Find place okay?
Oh yeah,
That's good.
Oh, yeah, that's
All right.
good. Yeah.
All right, so first thing I'm going to show you is the administration office. So this is going to be where the administration is. This is principal's offices, our secretaries, and that stuff. So we're our nurses clinic right here.
Okay.
You know, if any kids are sick in your class, like that, this is where you'll send them. The counselor. We have 4 counselors in here. They're working on
4 counselors.
Yeah, so
Wow.
and they have their own counseling suite as well. We'll show you that, and I'll kind of talk a little bit more about the counselors as we go from there.
Okay.
So, go right around here. And again, if throughout this tour you have any questions, just please stop, ask me any questions. So we're gonna have all the mailboxes here. Most of them are actually already labeled. Secretary's been doing an awesome job getting things ready for the school year, so your name's probably in here somewhere. You know, right there. So they got you ready in here.
Awesome.
So just every day, you just want to come check. Sometimes you may get just random letters from different like educational companies. They'll send you some stuff. Certain sports will do like some like favors, like they give out cookies or thank you cards for all the teachers, so a little teacher appreciation. So something always come to throughout the day. Just make sure you don't have it. It's all filled
I
out.
like me some food.
Yeah. And then a couple restrooms here, just co-ed faculty restrooms. And we have our just a little break room, faculty break room right here. You kind of hang out for lunch if that's where you so desire. So.
Coffee in here, man.
So
That's
coffee,
awesome.
yeah, so I'll show you the teachers get coffee spot here.
Oh, this isn't the good one?
This is not the good one. So
Wow,
we'll give you the tour around. So as we just walk through now, we're going to take you through the different wings of the school. The school is was built back in the early '70s, so this is before the air conditioning. So you're going to see a lot of open concepts here, which is pretty unique. Especially nowadays, a lot of them are all enclosed. So it's cool. You get to be outside for most of this. So over here is going to be our attendance office. So you'll be working with these ladies, Miss Reese and Miss Sosa, throughout the whole year, whether you're balancing your student enrollment, coming in and signing off sheets. It's generally for your second period class. I believe you have a second period class. So every time they send an email, come get your balance sheets. Make sure you get it from the mailbox and send it there. Go through, you take your attendance on your Skyward on your computer and on paper copy as well, and you bring it over here, sign it off. They'll also give you just some emails throughout the day. If like some students they feel like are being truant or skipping school, they'll send you emails asking when certain students are coming into your class, when they left, why they left, why weren't they in school. So just make sure you kind of always keep them in the loop so they can keep our enrollment sheets balanced and ready for them to keep the kids in school. So.
You have a good problem with that?
It's not a ton. No, we will. We have Starbucks. We have Starbucks right across the street here. So we do have some kids who like to maybe before school might need to go get themselves a Starbucks cup, and then they're late. So that's if they come in late after 5 minutes, make sure you send them over here to get a slip. So that's where the attendance office is. So if you ever need any assistance with that, that's who they are. They're great to work with. So, like I told you, this is an older building. This building was built back before AC was a big thing. Down here in Houston, Texas. So
Yeah, a little hot.
It's gonna get a little hot. So this is gonna be like the whole open concept, which is just very unique, very nice. Because you don't feel like you're inside the building all day. The kids are walking in to and from different classrooms, different wings. So now they get a chance to be outside. So we're gonna start down this way.
Okay. I like the plans, and that's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's very outdoorsy. Just brings a little different flavor throughout the school. So over here, this is gonna be our red wing. So each subject essentially has a different wing to it. We'll see if we can get in here. Some of these floors have been waxed, so they kind of locked all the doors. But this is gonna be our red wing here. So this red wing, this is gonna be basically all your business CTE classes. We have our photojournalism, newspaper class, yearbook class. They're going to be on the upper level of the Red Wing. So that's going to be, you know, like I said, each subject's going to have their own, you know, wing to it. And that just kind of builds a little more community within the different subjects, so they can kind of go in and bounce ideas off each other. You know, if you have, you know, certain subjects, kind of like, I know your science, so your biology teachers are going to be right next to each other, so they can always just work with each other, and they don't have to go all the way across campus.
That's good for like labs and stuff
Exactly.
too. If you can like, you know,
Exactly.
have your lab, not have to go all the way across campus.
Yeah.
So,
And then, like I said, so we all, this whole place is 2 stories. There's only one wing that's 3 stories, and we'll get that to there here in a little while. So again, the waxing, they just started the waxing process. So some of these halls we won't be able to get into, but right here, this is gonna be our multi-purpose room. So we'll have a lot of like just teacher meetings in here. So before every big testing day, such as like our STAR testing, our campus SAT day, our campus PSAT day, we're gonna host morning and afternoon sessions for teachers to come to. You're required to come to one of the sessions for each of the different tests that we have, and this is where we're always gonna have it. You know, it's real nice. We just have some chairs in there. We'll have the associate principal. She'll go through the whole spiel of what to do, what not to do, how to administer the test, and then just kind of give us, just essentially brief us. And it's generally about 15 minutes in the morning at 7 o'clock, and then after school generally around 2:15, 3:30 into the afternoon session. So you don't need to go to both, just kind of whatever one fits in your schedule. I know with you coaching, you probably have a lot more stuff in the afternoon, so you'll probably just want, so just make sure you're planning ahead, and making sure you know, okay, I need to get to this. If not, then it puts a little more work on the administrative team trying to get you. Now you have to get rid of a conference period, because then we got to talk to you one-on-one. So, and then Natalie does a great job, our secretary, of sending out emails to reminding teachers and going over the PA announcements. So we'll go upstairs. So again, this is going to be, we're going to have our red wing over here. And then over here, the second floor and this first floor, this is going to be our gray wing. So the gray wing is going to be our foreign language and fine arts. So generally, this half of the gray wing is our foreign language, and that far half, upstairs, downstairs, is going to be our fine arts. We have our intro to 2D, 3D art. Foreign language, we have, you know, Spanish, French, we have Latin as well, and we also have German. So, kind of go through, see if there's any way of getting into here. Again, no. So, still, yeah. So we'll be all right. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free.
So are they all labeled by like color?
Yeah, it's all colors.
Okay.
It's all colors.
That's cool.
It's all colors. So, yeah, absolutely. I know when I first got here, it seemed pretty daunting, but it's once you kind of walk through, you'll be able to. Hey, once you walk through, you'll be able to get it pretty quick. Then, like, there's a lot of wings that you just may not even go to just because of the subjects are so correlated. So right here, this is going to be our red wing again. This is going to be our.
I like the big hallways.
Yeah, this is going to be our CTE, and our photojournalism type classes. So now I'm going to go ahead and take you over here. This is going to be our orange hall. So our orange hall is going to be all of our ELA classes, our English language arts classes. Alright, so this is going to be all of our English language arts classes, English 1, 2, 3, and 4, our writing classes are all going to be in this hall, up here, and then also down below as well.
Oh, you're doing a skit?
Yeah.
Want us to leave?
That's all right. So these are our amazing assistant principals here at Memorial High School. So, see?
I'm almost amazing.
So there we go. Okay. So now we're gonna be working. I'll take you back around to the orange wing to show you that. So over here, so this is our green wing. This is gonna be kind of our hybrid wing that we have. So I'll take you through over here. So right here is gonna be our principal suite. So all of these assistant principals are in this one room. Okay. This makes it
just
super,
central location.
super nice. Just because, you know, the kids, they know exactly where to go to the assistant principals, go to the grade level offices. They all know where it is. It's all right here. And this gives them an opportunity also that they can all work together as well. Yeah, each of them have their own grade level, but they, you know, they work to, you know, keep the school running. Okay, Dr. D, how are you? How are you? Doing
Yeah, so we're going well?
Yep, doing well. So, yeah, I'm doing a little skip for grad school. So,
How are you?
so yeah, so here's gonna be our green wing. This is gonna be mostly your math. This is all math gonna be here. This is actually gonna be your room, good choice.
Man,
So
that's
we
nice.
already got you all assigned.
Floor looks nice and waxed.
Yeah, so a lot of these have been waxed or in the process of being waxed right now. So this is gonna be, like I said, this is gonna all be math except for your one class. You're gonna be your science, and we'll kind of get to that here in a second. But this is these are gonna be your upper level math classes down here. It's gonna be really nice for you, especially for being a new teacher. You have your grade level principals right next door to you. So we can so if you have any sort of questions, you can just kind of go through and help them out. And if you kind of notice, a lot of these classrooms have their universities where they graduated from. Okay, so the big thing here at Spring Branch ISD is we go, you know, our big thing that we're trying to promote is our T24 program. So T24 is technical career, 2-year associates, or a 4-year degree. So, you know, a lot of schools, they just want to get their kids off to college. They want them to graduate. You know, we don't feel like just graduating high school is good enough. We want them to go off into some sort of other post-secondary education, okay? But we don't stop there. We want them to actually finish whatever degree that they want. You know, whether they go to like a trade school or military, that'll be our RT. They just need to go get associates from one of the colleges. You know, we want them to do that or any 4-year institution. So that's our big push from here at Spring Branch ISD. So.
For Memorial, what do you think the percentage is that kids that go off to colleges compared to trade school?
We're in the probably more 9% of our kids. Most of our kids are going off into a 4-year university here. What we're doing. So this is very prestigious academic school. It's very, very competitive, which is, you know, definitely has a lot of great possibilities, but it can also lead to a lot of, you know, some, you know, parent emails and parent, you know, issues, or, you know, kids like, oh, I should have gotten like a, you know, a 93 instead of a 92. So, but you know, that's something that we want to drive. We want to drive that competitiveness to help them prepare for the real world. Because, you know, as they get off into college, they're going to be competing with not just kids here in Memorial, but kids across the state, and eventually kids across the whole country, maybe in the world, especially when we got out the job field. So. Alright, so we talked about the greens kind of being like a hybrid type hall. So we have the math upstairs, we have you science, but your other science teachers will also be down on this side of the green hall as well. So these are going to be a lot of your lab type classes, your biology. So if you have any sort of questions, you're just right downstairs. So it's really easy for you to find out who and where, who to ask for any sort of thing you have. So on this side is going to be our special ed rooms. So if you have any sort of kids with any 504 meetings or any accommodations, this is where we're gonna host them.
Okay.
So right here. So you know, everyone's gonna probably have to deal with that throughout the year. And you've been educated before, so you know what goes into that. So again, just make sure when they send an email, don't just ignore them. Make sure to respond, especially if you're the teacher of our, or if you're the gen ed teacher that needs to be there if you're there. So yeah, so we'll keep going here. So again, this is your green hall, mostly again science and math classes. So science, they actually cover three different wings throughout the school. So it's going to be kind of our biggest department here.
Do the kids use the lockers?
You know what? Most actually do not. Most do not. They just like having their bags just right there on them. Especially, and I'll show you. But a lot of our kids, they may be on one wing, and we only give them 5-minute passing period. They may be in one wing, and they need to get all the way over to. I'll show you the field house, and then we have some cheese shacks over there as well, where they need to get to in 5 minutes. So they still have time to come get to their locker, kind of hang out a little bit, and get across campus. So yeah, so these don't get used a ton. It's mostly going to be like your freshmen, your newer students who, you know, they just don't know what to do, what to have. So they always like to get that extra locker to kind of keep some extra notebooks, books, textbooks as well. So, and now we are doing a lot of our classes now either just have classroom sets because we do a lot of our stuff online. So we gave out a Chromebook distribution last year. So if we become one-to-one to where all the kids have Chromebooks.
That's
now they can choose to not have a Chromebook, but that's just because they have their own laptop, whether it be a Mac, PC, and so a lot of our teachers, they'll go through that and they'll put all their lesson plans through that, so be a little more technologically friendly. You know,
like It's Learning.
It's Learning. So It's Learning is a big platform for us here at Memorial High School, or actually throughout the whole district. So essentially, we've had a lot of issues with each teacher kind of has their own little website that they like to use. You know, whether it's a personal website, whether it's a for that class, whether it's a Google Classroom, whether it's some other type of we use GoFormative as well type of website. Now with It's Learning, all the teachers can go on It's Learning, and it's essentially a one-stop shop for each of these kids. So they can go to. Now you can still use your Google Classrooms or your other website, but just have that link in It's Learning. So you know the parents can go right in there, the students can go right in there. And so it just makes it a lot easier. So, you know, the parents don't have to ask, you know, us as administrators, you know, why can't, you know, teachers have the same thing? Okay, all of our teachers are different. They want to teach differently, which is, makes us very, very diverse. But, you know, this gives us a platform to where it's a little easier to access all different things. So, and it gives us an opportunity. You can make assignments on there. You can post all your notes on there as well. And so if a kid misses, they can just easily go to my It's Learning website, go through, and I can figure out what times I missed, what notes I missed. I can figure out when the tests or quizzes are. You can have certain assignments that you need to have done for them. So, and
that's really awesome.
Yeah,
that's a good thing for the kids, I think.
Absolutely, especially because the kids are always on their phone anyway. So having that It's Learning, we have an app for it, so it's real easy for them, and it actually gives notifications to when quizzes and tests are. It's just an alert like the day before.
So there's no excuse for missing homework.
Exactly.
No excuse for not having
Exactly.
quiz,
No, Coach Royce, I was sick yesterday. I was sick. I didn't know we had a quiz. No, there's nothing of that. As long as you kind of build that culture within that first day, it should be pretty easy for you to, eliminate those excuses. So, okay. So, again, so we're gonna move over to the White Wing. White Wing is another science hallway. We're gonna have our physics. We're gonna have our marine biology classes all down here. So this is gonna be another wing, especially for you. You can go ahead and get some help. Your department chair, Ms. Drake. I believe you've met her already. She'll be down in this hall as well.
Okay.
So, but yeah, this is just gonna be our science. So over here, as we move into the blue wing, this is gonna be our math. This is strictly math. So down below, we have our statistics classrooms. We have all of our geometry classrooms are down in the bottom level of blue. So again, we do that again to build a community. Like I said, we have our 4 geometry teachers in those last 4 classrooms. So essentially, if you have any questions, you literally just have to walk outside the hall and they're there, they're communicating. So it's not just like you can have take a major time to communicate and go through stuff. There's quick questions. All you literally have to do is just step right outside your door, and you're there. So again, that just helps build our community as well. And we'll go ahead and move upstairs. Oh, right down here, before we move, so this is going to start our Aqua wing. So Aqua is going to be all of our social studies classrooms. So right down here, there's a couple classrooms over here, but also, I'll just go ahead and show you this. So in our Aqua, this is where we're going to have our book room. Like I said, most classes now, they may just have a class set where they don't even need their textbooks, because like I said, with all of it being Chrome 1-to-1, they actually have the book online. So they really don't check a whole lot of books anymore, unless you just want like a class set.
Could a student check out a book if they wanted a book?
Yeah, absolutely. If they wanted a textbook, some kids just want to have that textbook because they just don't trust just going through on the computer. So they can absolutely get a textbook. And so this line, like a week or two before school, this place is just packed. Kids are lined up and down the hallway waiting to get their books. So we'll just kind of go over here. This is going to be our wellness center right here. So we have 2 wellness counselors as well.
This is different than regular counselors.
Yes, so this isn't just counselors for kids to like figure out classes or trying to get into college. So these are wellness counselors. Obviously, we want the kids to feel safe and we want them to feel welcome here at school. And we know certain things happen outside of the school building that we can't control. And so this right here, this classroom, we contract 2 workers out, and they do a phenomenal job in building that student's wellness back up, and to help them get through the day. Essentially, it's very relaxing. They do a lot of different little events just to build community within the students and also within the teachers as well, where they'll come in, they'll bring in breakfast tacos or something for one morning. The kids can come, or the teachers can come in here, grab a little breakfast, and just build that sense of community. And and they're not here just for the students, teachers as well. Teachers go through a lot of different things as well outside of the school, so we can work with them to just help us build a positive environment for everybody that comes into this building. So
that's pretty neat. That's just
you don't especially like I said, with the different things that's happened in the public school system, there are times where students just don't feel wanted. High school's that kind of that awkward age,
especially freshmen.
Yeah, exactly. Such that freshman, it's that awkward. You just trying to find yourself, and so we gotta. So we're just trying to do whatever we can to kind of help build them up, build that self-esteem up. Okay. So now we're gonna come up here, and so this is gonna be kind of a common area. We have our math wing over here as well. So this is gonna be like mostly our algebra 2 type classes down here. Alright, so I told you, I showed you the break room downstairs. That's just kind of the baby version. So this is what the PTA put together for us last year, which is the perk. So the perk is just our staff lounge. So essentially what this is every week they come in and they fill this place up with snacks. Snacks, candy, granola bars, M&Ms, whatever it is, that they're gonna fill that in here. They'll put mints in there. So during your conference period, during the 5-minute passing period, you need a little quick pick me up. You go in here and get yourself a little snack. The best part of this whole thing, and you gotta get here early in the morning, otherwise there's gonna be a long line, is that Keurig in the back. They fully stock that thing.
Oh really? The coffee's in there. You don't gotta bring your own.
You don't have to bring your own. No, they stock that, and you would think that we would run out, but our PTA does a phenomenal job of keeping this stocked. And like I said, they'll come mostly just weekly. If they need to come in, twice a week, then they do that as well. So you have all your coffees, different blends of coffees, creamers, and have your tea as well. So again, teachers, especially that beginning
whatever
of the year,
you drink, you
you have it. So that's been a blessing to have here.
And they got refrigerator in there too.
Refrigerator there, so teachers use that as kind of a little lounge area as well. And that's for any teachers here at Memorial. You don't necessarily have to be you know, just in this little hallway. So this place will be packed in the morning. So, you know, if you're running a little late, you know, I don't know if you'll be able to get yourself a cup because that line is going to be, you know, line's going to be pretty big. But so that's a great place. And just also just build community here and with teachers. Like we have a ton of teachers here in Memorial High School, so you know you're not going to be able to meet every single one, but you know you may run into one or two that you haven't seen before here in the PERT, and you know just small talk and just kind of get to know them. So and again, that just kind of builds community and of our teachers and just kind of builds a better overall atmosphere. Yeah. Okay, I feel like our teachers are feeling good. Feel positive when they come to work. I think our students will be positive as well coming to school. So.
That's cool. You put your bottle here.
Yeah. So we put that. Actually, this is one of our math teachers, our calculus teachers. He actually got a grant to get all these refilling stations. So I think we have in the building. I believe we have 5 or 6 of these. So
kids can have a water bottle in class.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They just come in, they fill it up. Big thing was just to save water bottles. You know, teachers come out here during passing period and fill this up. So it'll be
good for the environment too.
Yeah,
environmental systems.
Especially for you. You know, your environmental systems, and you can just you know, you kind of go over that in the classroom. So on the other side of the park over here, this is going to be our copy room. It's our teacher workroom. We have 3 copiers in here. They work great. We just got 2 new ones last year, and again, this is especially that first week of school. Teachers are kind of scrambling around. They're going to be taxed, so I always suggest you know making copies ahead of time, picking up, you know, working during your conference period, making copies made so you're not rushing around. So
how does it work, like with paper? Like, does the department have their own paper? Or do you
the school just buys the bundles of paper.
Oh, okay.
And you can just refill it however you want. And each department, each subject has a code that they put in, and from that code, that keeps track of how much paper you use, how much ink you use, staples, not staples, and stuff like that. So that's how we keep track. So,
yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Over here, this is going to be our iCoach and our testing facilitator. So Terry McLaughlin, she's awesome working with the kids, working with the teachers, essentially helping coaching the teachers on certain subjects, on certain subject matters, helping them with like certain technology type things, working with like our ITS learning. So especially for you being new, the ITS learning you could be completely lost. So she'd be a great resource to have. And then Jean Landry, our testing facilitator, she's the one that organizes all of our STAR testing, SAT, PSAT days, so all the school-wide type things. So again, white, this is just your upper science. And we have, so this is, we just have an 8-period day.
Okay.
So there's no, we don't do block. You're gonna have the same 8 periods a day, every single day, with 50-minute classes. You start at 7:45, go till 3, and then you have 5-minute passing period.
Okay.
So, now 8 seems like a lot, but you know, for teachers, you know, you're essentially gonna teach 5 classes. Most teachers are gonna teach 5. You'll have your conference period, and then lunch is actually a period as well. So lunch is gonna be your 5th or 6th period. So that's gonna be a period, and generally, to cover that last period, you know, coaches will coach their sport. Teachers may have to deal with like working with ISS. So our ISS room is right here. They'll work study hall, which will hold study hall in the cafeteria. And so, you know, the only thing that might change our times is like if we have different schedules. So pep rally or advisory schedule, cut all the periods at 45 minutes.
Okay.
So yes, we don't have, you know, 8 periods and like a lunch period in between. Like your lunch is going to be either 5th period or 6th period.
Yeah.
So, and it's just kind of however your schedule lies. So. Okay, so now I'm going to take you back here. I'll take you to a couple different other classrooms. I'm going to show you the gym. I'm going to show you the kind of the athletic facilities in the back as well. So.
It gets pretty packed in here when the.
Yeah, so these stairwells are packed. That stairwell is packed. The stairwell at the end of the blue hall and the white hall, those are always packed. So we
I know at some schools they got like you can only go up one way, up one.
no, it's a free for all.
Okay, all right.
It's a free for all.
That's good.
So generally you kind of divide by the old traffic laws. Like if you're walking this way, I'm gonna walk on the right hand side of the hall. So over here on the left hand side, this is gonna be our choir, our band, orchestra rooms. So that's what PA is. So PA means performance arts. So that's gonna be this whole entire these classrooms right here, and this leads into the other side of the building as well, which is where we're gonna have our theater. So
I think this is the big thing, right? For a lot of kids are in these extracurricular.
absolutely, extracurriculars. There's a big percentage of kids are in some sort of extracurricular, whether it be athletics, arts, yearbook. We have a whole bunch of different clubs that we have. Kids actually create all the clubs that they. Yeah, so they created a chess club, they created a culinary arts club, they created ping pong club, whatever we don't limit the kids, and as long as they can figure out, find a sponsor and plan together what they do and how it can impact the school, then they can do it. So we'll move down here before we move over here. So down here is going to be our violet. So I told you before, science is kind of our biggest department. So you're going to cover most of these things down here. So our violet is going to be our health classes, our hosted classes. We have a hosted class where the students will go to the hospitals and help essentially intern at a hospital if that's something that they're interested in. And then right around the corner, we'll have our silver wing. So this is kind of a forgotten type wing back this way, just because it's it just seems like it's kind of out the way from the main part of the campus. The silver is going to be back here, and these are going to be just your extra science classrooms. So I'll kind of show you here in a second.
I like all the trees and stuff.
That's just kind of gets a bigger, it makes you feel like you're not trapped in the school building. You're not inside the four walls. Then just down here to the right is going to be our silver wing. Again, just other classrooms. And I told you that there's only one wing that has 3 stories, and this is the aqua wing. So that's the one I showed you before. That's going to be 3 stories. That third story, I always kind of joke that's the penthouse. So you get pretty lucky if you're in that 3rd floor. So you get the best view.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So that's that'll be up there. But again, that's the only wing that has 3 floors. So the longest standing joke here at the school is seniors will tell the freshmen to go to the pool's gonna be on the 3rd floor. We don't have a pool, and there's only one wing that has the 3rd floor. So if you ever hear that, just
That's fun.
yeah, stop it.
Yeah.
So over here, you can see this little garden. This was actually put out by our AP Environmental Systems classes. So again, kind of what you teach in the AP level. So they do a lot of great work and working outside and trying to make this upkeep here in our courtyard. So also the really cool thing about this open concept is during lunch, kids will just eat anywhere. So the only places that they can't eat is in the actual academic wings. Anything out here, breezeway, they can go out there and eat. So this is an awesome time they can get out of the classroom and they can just kind of enjoy the outdoors. We'll actually have benches out here during the school year. Kids can sit. We just put in a ton of new benches out here in the breezeway. And so you're gonna have, during that 5th and 6th period, you're gonna have kids lined up, just sitting there talking. It kind of a cool little, community.
Is it hard with like the administration to keep all the areas,
Yeah, that's definitely always a big issue. It's just making sure the kids just are able to pick up after themselves. And actually, it's our full administrative team that takes care of lunch. So as a teacher, you do not have any lunch. So that'll be our job as administrators to control that. We want you to enjoy your lunch. We know you've had a really, tough day teaching, and you're putting a lot of hours in, and you need a little bit of downtime or need some extra time to grade papers, make copies, plan for the next day. So we want you to utilize that much time to benefit the kids. So that's what we're gonna do for you guys. A lot of campuses make the teachers do all the lunchy stuff, part of your day. Not here. We're going to we'll take care of that as a measure. Yeah. Out here we have this school was built, back in the 70s for maybe no more than 2,000 kids. Now, we have roughly 2,800 kids. So we've had to install some temporary shacks. So there'll be 4 classrooms over there. Those are all going to be your whole district classes. So all 4 of those classes. So over here is our cafeteria. We just put a ton of money in to renovate this. Kind of make it more of like a cafe type feeling, like a coffee house type feeling so the kids can, we want it to be more inviting for them to come in here. We have charging stations, outlets that they can do in here. Brand new air conditioning. It's very, very nice, especially on a hot day like this, where the kids can just come out and they
like the big windows you can see.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for administrators, so we have tons of kids just running around, having their lunch, and make sure they can keep an eye in there as well as out here as well. So that's gonna be the cafeteria. So this is gonna be our whole Marquette's room, so our whole dancing team's building. So now we just turn those into classrooms. So if you see any classrooms or kids are asking, what is M? What is the M hall? M room? Magenta? No, M is Marquette's. So it's our own Marquette's room. So this is where this is going to be. So we have two classes on this side, and we have 1 class on this side. And these are going to be like, we have one science class and we have an engineering class as well. Take you to the bed and show you the track. We have our tennis courts. We have our basketball game as well. So these tennis courts you see over here, those are going to be gone this year. So we just got a bond. We're essentially going to renovate this whole school. So we're building a brand new one. And so that new school is going to be built where those tennis courts are. So those tennis courts are going to be moved across the street. So next to the field house.
I guess all these doors and windows or doors stay locked.
Yeah, so these are all locked. We'll keep one door open. So we'll keep one door open during like the morning sessions, because we do have a lot of kids who have to go back and forth. So we have some kids that take classes at different high schools. So we bus them back and forth. So we'll have one door unlocked. Now that's being controlled. So it's not like just any regular person can just come in to go through that door. So we'll have someone there. So and obviously we know the schedule. So we can have someone here to open the door, let the kids come in and out. And then this is the bus circle as well. So this is gonna be so this is gonna be another big area too, especially if you like to order your lunch. So we have lunch vendors here. So a lot of our local restaurants, right around here, students, they actually have apps that the students can message in to these different restaurants, and then they can.
They just park right here.
They put their order. They say what lunch period they have, 5th period or 6th period, and then they have their card essentially on file, and it just charges that card. And then during the fifth period, beginning of fifth period and beginning of sixth period lunch, they come out, long line of cars with the different food, and they kids go out, get their order, come back in, and they eat their lunch. So
That's pretty cool.
that's something that teachers can use as well. Forget your lunch, or you just want a nice burger and fries. We have a hamburger place right across the street that you put your order in, and they're gonna come over, drive up, and you just pick up your food, and you're good to go. So
That's cool.
and then over here, this is gonna be our competition gym right now. This is our main gym. They have a basketball camp working right now. Our head basketball coach, Coach Lay, is in there working with our soon-to-be freshman kids. So we won't bother them in there, but that's gonna be our main competition. We have 3 gyms here at Laurel High School. We'll take that. Alright, so over here on the left-hand side, where the windows say basketball and soccer, that's just a weight room course. That's just a weight room that's right here on campus. Different sports teams, volleyball, basketball, track, soccer, they use that quite a bit. So, they actually just got brand new bars, brand new plates. Coach Larry, our girls basketball coach, actually just reorganized the entire thing to kind of be able to fit more athletes in there and be a little more efficient.
Ladies sports, girls sports.
Exactly. So, take you out here. And now, obviously, you're going to be cooking track as well, so this is going to be probably where you'll spend most of your time out in the spring, over here on the track field. Then this is a football field. This is our competition field. This is where we'll have all of our lower level games, lower level football games. We'll have all of our varsity soccer, girls soccer, boys soccer sports out here as well. And then the softball field is just right out there. So, and then this back parking lot is for students as well. Okay, so that's pretty much what that's the whole main campus that I've shown you. So now we'll just kind of walk back. I'll kind of show you I know you've probably seen it, I'll show you the field house, the baseball field, the practice field, and then whatever questions you have. Feel free to ask, and I'm more than happy to answer them.
It's really nice.
No, yeah.
Everything's covered too.
Everything is covered. There's, it's not like the sun's beating down on you. When it storms, when it rains, it's not like just because you're going outside doesn't mean that you're going to be dripping wet. Okay, everything is going to be covered, so you do not have to worry one thing about, getting wet, being soaked all day. So.
Was there any flooding during Harvey here?
At this school, no, there's no flooding during Harvey. Now we did have some kids homes that they did get flooded. They had to be displaced out of their homes. They had to rent out houses. So it was unfortunate. But like I said, we have such a great community here. We're able to stand behind them and help them out. Do whatever we can to make it as easy as the school year as we could.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a tough time. We were pretty fortunate. This school was very fortunate that we didn't have the flooding or the damage that some of these other Houston schools had.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Yeah. I know I showed you the tennis court. Our tennis team actually won state 2 years ago.
Oh.
They won state, and our girls soccer team won state 2 years ago as well.
That's awesome.
So we've we try to promote all sorts of different extracurricular activities. Whether it is your athletics, whether it is your fine arts, whatever it may be. We want you to we want the kids to be part of the school, not just from 7:45 to 3. We want them to be part of the school outside of those normal school hours. So we want them to make them want to be here, be a part of it, so when they graduate, they love their mark. So, and then, this is our big major campus right here. Our biggest, and then our athletics, our field house, which will be the last thing I show you, is going to be across the street. We actually have classrooms on that side as well. So I'll show you that. And then, like I say, because obviously, coaching football, you're going to, during the fall, you're going to be spending the majority of your time over there, you know, not during school hours. Okay. So I'll show you that, and we can, and we'll conclude the tour. So,
This is big area.
yeah, and you know, and I know my first year here, it was, you know, walking around very first time, like I feel like I'm gonna get lost. I got, you know, so discombobulated with the different colors, different ways. After maybe 1 or 2 days of walking around just myself, I was able to find out, like figure out where everything is. So it's very, very easy to keep yourself grounded. So now during your conference period, we try to make your conference period similar to another teacher who teaches the same subject as you. So you can use that conference period as a team planning type period as well. Whether you want to go over, you know, tests, quizzes, reviews. If you want to, you know, maybe you want to do like a project. You want to figure out how things are going. So we'll just kind of show you across the street. So it's just an mailroom out here. So if you have like anything that you have to deliver to your classroom for any classroom purposes, you're more than welcome to go in there and sit there. And we'll walk across and
So the kids are getting picked up by their parents.
I'm sorry?
The kids get picked up by their parents.
Yeah.
They get picked up right here.
Yeah, so they'll all get picked up right here. The no buses will be on this side as well. So, we're right across the street. We have our baseball field. We have our baseball field. We have our track field. As you can see those two tracks. So those are going to be just normal classrooms. So that's why, you know, it's a big deal. You know, the kids have to come outside, come out the door. They'll go across the bridge and they'll go use those two tracks over there. And then that bigger building over there, that's going to be our club house. So, and I know you've seen that, Coach Dobbs showed me around that way. So, do you have any questions for the tour?
No, I mean,
anything?
this is nice area, real big, spacious.
Absolutely.
Really
You know,
good.
we're happy to have you. We're happy that you decided to join our team and be a Memorial Mustang.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Good luck this year.
Thanks.